and I'm so happy to be here. This is so cool.
8 shows a week, huh?
Yeah.
You have one tonight, don't you?
Yeah.
And you made time to come hang out with us.
Well, of course.
Way back. I want to know what happened at 7.
Yeah, at 7. That's
Okay.
my first show ever was my sister, and that's when I thought, I'm gonna do this for a living.
Very precocious.
Running around singing, thank you.
Yeah.
And working on SpongeBob, and I'll get back to that. But right after the first workshop, that was what I did, is that I worked on the impression and I watched a ton of SpongeBob, just as everything that I could find on the internet.
Right. Culture as we know it could have been completely different if Bubble Burt was why we...
I made one fatal error in that first audition, which also might have been the reason that I got the job. And when I laughed, I just sort of chuckled. I've had a couple of amazing opportunities in Chicago, where we showed up wearing pretty much the same thing, which was incredible. And I got to hang out with the cast, and it was a total dream come true.
Like, did that ever get scary?
Oh. Yes and no. I mean, yes, all the time. Let me start with yes. Yes, in that every night before I go on stage, and my heart tightens up, and I get really anxious because there's 1,700 people about to watch something that, and I actually, as silly as it sounds, and I know it does sound silly, I feel like the story that we're telling is important. Like I feel really good about it.
One of the little details we haven't gotten to talk about yet, and one of the things I noticed and loved, was your SpongeBob walk that you do. There's this little freaking thing that your hands do as you're like moving around about the stage. Yeah, the little wave. Wow.
And we would spend hours together figuring out how to create the silhouette and how to move in the silhouette and not feel like I was, oh, so great. See, that's classic. Case in point. But to feel like I was like naturally there.
First of all, you're not the first. Second of all, it's classic. It's perfect that you did that.
Perfect.
Yeah, we're going to clip that out. We're going to loop it. It's going to be a GIF.
Oh, amazing.
We're never letting that go away.
Just the reaction. Oh, no.
No, don't worry. You are a delight. So, all right. So you were telling us about the choreography, the way.
I took 6 months of popping classes. So I would be like standing on the subway just like popping and then like walking like this and like looking around and hoping that nobody else saw me and then doing it again. Sure, I'm not alone though. Actors do a lot of things on the subway.
Oh yeah, you see it all the time.
You see it all the time.
There's always somebody on the subway who's singing. It's kind of part of the charm of the city.
Free theater.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm really excited.
I learned to juggle for a scene that never made it on the stage. He said yes. They were excited to do it, and they did a great job. Because they really. Yeah.
There was a woo for Kyle.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo, Kyle.
Woo, Kyle.
Woo indeed. What is it like seeing live-action you rendered as a cartoon of your live-action cartoon character? Like, how has that been? You want to talk about Inception? Like,
yeah. It's like how I see myself. Like.
That's kind of cool.
It's SpongeBob was a part of my life before I was a part of his. But I also think that it.
You do quite a bit of climbing in it.
Oh, so much climbing, right?
Yeah. So you basically climb like a web of ladders.
Yeah.
And I wonder, I was worried for you. So I was wondering what your reaction the first time you saw it.
And my wife leaned over and she goes, "SpongeBob is jacked." When you were like climbing out, I was like, "Hey."
The first time I saw the web of ladders, time I saw it, my first thought was, oh, this is gonna be fun. It's just like a big old jungle gym.
You made 2 New Yorkers smile in the middle of Times Square because we walked out, man.